I wouldn't say there was so much of hard work in my preparation. I actually was preparing for medical entrance exam, NEET exam.
At the day of the interview, I was like, woke up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m.
One of my drawing was the one I did in my bio class, sitting in the back bench. I just scribbled. For me, NID preparation was solely based on what classes I had for THiNC.
When we're talking of design entrance exams, we are not just talking about students who go in and write the exams and clear it one fine day. We are also talking about the aspirants or students' journey right from class 10th. From class 10th, probably right after your board exams, or even before that, we are actually told that the major two streams that you have to focus is engineering and medicine. So in this chaos in itself, there is a very less probability that they might get a chance to listen to the other options, like for example, design as a career option. But to listen to that, to still be put into this mold of engineering or medicine, then to come out from there, then to convert your hobbies or your passion or your interest or your favorite time pass into career, to take a decision like that, then to research and find themselves the institutes where these coachings are given, the best institutes at the national level, then prepare for these exams, write these exams, and then clear it. It's not something that happens every day. It's not something that happens with everyone. But we have two such champions with us who have actually gone through this entire process and finally reached the citadels of NID UG entrance exams, which was conducted in 2021. I have with me Niharika and Ajay. Niharika, who has written this year's NID 2021 UG entrance exam and secured rank 2, and Ajay, who has written this year's NID UG entrance exam and secured rank 50. So let me welcome both Niharika and Ajay to this session. Hello, Niharika. Hello, Ajay.
Hello, sir.
Hi, sir.
So I'll start with one of the most repeated questions. Can you tell me about some of your hobbies or passions or good favorite free time activities? Niharika?
I used to draw from a very young age. I like dancing and I have a bit of interest in theatre works also. I've done a couple of dramas. I used to take part in night competitions and such.
Okay. So when we're talking about theatre, are you training or are you just in school days? Like, have you taken?
I've attended some workshops, theatre workshops, out of school.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, so how about you, Ajay? What are your major time passes or passions, interest, hobbies?
I spend my time mostly painting and drawing something. Other than that, I love cycling and gaming. That's about it.
What's your favorite game then? Like for now, which is your favorite?
So I used to play so much action games and other adventure story-based games because they really have a theme, wonderful design, character design concepts, and uh, other features.
So what I was talking about in the beginning, how exactly did you arrive at design as a career? Or did you have other choices, or did you have other backup plans, or was design actually a backup plan? Niharika?
Plans. I actually was preparing for medical entrance exam, NEET exam, when I came here. But later I shifted to like architecture and design. NID and medicine were my two options. So architecture was like a backup plan for me. If I don't get into NID, I can do architecture, and afterwards I can do maybe masters in design. That was the plan. But medicine, I left it halfway there. No more medicine.
So when you're talking about halfway, like where exactly? Like, can you just take us through the process? Like, is it after 10th that you started?
No. After 12th, after writing NEET once, I left it there.
So you prepared for that in your class 11th and 12th completely?
Yes, I prepared for that. my vacations and everything.
Oh, okay. So how about design? Like, did you spend time in class 11th and 12th for design?
No, I did not spend time as such for preparation. I did write NID in 2019 when I was in 11th, but there wasn't much of preparation behind that exam before going for that exam, just going through general knowledge and everything. I was not aware of the structure of the exam. Just for the sake of giving the exam, I went and did it, and I did not get into NID at that time. I did not even pass prelims.
Okay, but how do you arrive at NID in class 11th? Like, where did you hear it from?
Well, from 11th and 12th itself, we go for these counseling classes and all, career guidance classes and all. From there, they tell us. Then, for me personally, a relative of mine, an uncle told me, like, if you are interested in drawing, there is an institute, the National Institute of Design. You can write this exam, entrance exam, and maybe try getting into it.
Okay. And how about you, Ajay? What was your story after class 10th?
After 10th, I went to entrance coaching. It was like 3 years. I had a foundation course and 2 years for my plus one and plus two. So that time was really challenging and I really struggled. I couldn't do anything or concentrate in any studies. So after I completed my 10th, I decided continue my career in the field of medical engineering. So this was really a bad decision I did. For the years I spent in the entrance coaching institute, if I had studied for design or any other creative fields, I would have performed more better. So after completing my medical entrance, I really completed it in the halfway or what. And after that, there was a holiday period in between, so I went to Kochi. So it's a place near me. I went with my friends there. There was a cosplay competition there. So it was a Marvel cosplay competition. So we all tried to look around for there. During that time, I came to know about my friend introduced to me to a girl. She was studying in NID Bhopal. When I heard that she was studying in a design field, so I approached her and tried to know more about the field. When I knew about it, I was really excited. So I decided to work for it. So she told me about the THiNC Institute. Then I ran some research on it and finally took an admission in THiNC Institute. That's a journey, sir.
Okay. Which was just curious, which was the costume that you wore that day? Like, which character?
I wasn't wearing anything, but my friends were having the competition.
Okay, okay.
So I just went with them.
Okay. So now that you both have sort of shared your experience wherein you've shared medicine and you've reached or you've decided to take up NID. So take me through that whole process. Like, how exactly was preparing for NID? Like, was there anything that was difficult, or was there anything that any subjects that you focused a little bit more on? How was your journey of preparation, Niharika?
For me, NID preparation was solely based on what classes I had for THiNC. I was an online batch crash batch student. So after I would attend classes regularly. I wouldn't say there was so much of hard work in this preparation, in my preparation, but I was consistent with my preparation. I even example for when we have quiz classes. After the class, I would just go through extra points of any notes I have to take about what they taught in class. Those regular works, only those regular inputs I had for the preparation for my prelims exam. And for drawing part, used to do sketches regularly, very regularly. We used to get mock tests, assignments, model exams, and all, and homeworks for our classes. I used to do them. So I think faculty used to tell me my mistakes, and I used to correct them. And that's how my preparation for drawing went.
Okay. How about you, Ajay? How's your preparation?
I came to know about more about NID after I joined THiNC. For the first stages of preparation, I was really struggling for finding ideas and other things so that I could draw from my imagination. So I really struggled in that part. What I did was that I went to my teacher in THiNC, and he told me to keep a sketchbook of myself with myself every time, so that I could scribble and draw things that comes to my mind. What I did was I made a sketchbook of my own, and whenever my friends went outside or went for a walk, I just kept it with myself, and I used to do some doodles or some typography related contents in it. So what happened was when the next day I opened it up, when I experienced some sort of art block or anything, it really helped me find ideas and other thoughts from the things that I wrote the day before. So it really helped me a lot in generating ideas. When I took the sketchbook the next day, I could find some ideas or some thoughts so that I could present it in my art. So it really helped me a lot. So after that, my biggest part was GK. What I did was I tried to memorize the most important topics, and that doesn't mean that I really avoided the hard parts. I tried to grasp all that from my friends because we were in hostel, so we used to talk about these things in the room. So that really helped me a lot. And the other part that I really struggled with was human figures. How many times I practiced it, I didn't get the hold of it. But what I did was I just memorized the general anatomy principles, and I memorized the general anatomy principles and just did the drawing in my own style, and it really helped me a lot. That's all. The one thing that really helps in this type of field is live sketching. Doing live sketch improves your observation skills, and it really helps you to draw fast. What I did was I went out with my friends outside, and I kept my sketchbook with me. So whenever I was in metro or in any other public place, so I would sit somewhere and try to draw some person. It really helped me. That's
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Now, talking about the mains, I think the mains has sort of changed, right? In the last 1 or 2 years after COVID has come, I think there's been a lot of changes that has been incorporated in the mains. Usually, what used to start off with a studio test and all has been changed. So there is a lot of focus more on your portfolio, there was a theme poster preparation and all, right? So how exactly did you prepare for it, Niharika?
Yeah, so this year we had our main exam online. So we had, as Sir told, we had two main things to do. One is the portfolio, and the other one is a theme poster. So for post portfolio, I had my previous drawings and everything. I did not include every drawing I had in my portfolio. I just included best of the drawings I had and compiled them, wrote some descriptions about each drawings and just submitted that. And for theme poster, we had a subject, we had a theme for it, and based on that theme, we had like a 10-day period to complete our portfolio and our theme poster. So we had to submit these two things in 10 days. That's how theme poster. Then I did a comic strip for my theme poster. We could do any kind of medium for our theme poster. I did a comic strip in acrylic and I submitted in stipulated time.
Okay, great. So when you're talking about your portfolio, like you're someone who's passionate about all these things. Earlier itself, you had mentioned about your passion, right? So did you include the drawings or the works that you have done before like the last 1 year or last 2 year and all?
Oh yes, I have even included. Not everything is perfect, finished, complete works. Some of our sketches are also included in it. One of my drawing was the one I did in my bio class, sitting in the back bench. I just scribbled a drawing. That's what I included in my portfolio. One of my drawing was that. Not everything needs to be complete. They just want to know what is in your mind and what all kind of things you can do. We do not show them a same kind of genre. We do not show them a same genre of drawings. We show different kinds of mediums, different kinds of works we've done.
Okay, great. Thank you. How about you, Ajay? How was your mains preparation? How was it?
Uh, the time for the submission for the portfolio and poster was really short. So apart from the tight schedule, I thought working on the poster might be a good idea because they would be giving more weightage to it. When the day started, I so when the day started, I kept 2 days for ideation. I tried to scribble my ideas and the layouts for the poster for 2-3 days. On the fourth day, I did the sketch. After I did a sketch, I was really confused if I was doing it the correct way or the wrong way. So I just went on with my guts. I did an infographics poster. There because I didn't have the time to make it like into an art poster because they really did not want artists or some art thinkers. But what we need to do is we need to convey our idea and thought to them. I did an infographics. It was really information because you need to understand easily from your poster. That's what they need. So after the poster was done, I collected some of my works. So I did mostly on acrylic, and I had 6 or 7 digital paintings, some portraits, and I made 3 or 4 3D models. One of them was a stone sculpture. It was inspired from the movie Brave. I made so many sketchbooks and also I included all of them in the portfolio. That was my mains preparation.
You're talking about digital works, right? So are you familiar with digital works and all? Have you done that before?
I was not familiar with digital works before 10th because before that I haven't had any technological access or any other mediums. So after I reached 12th or 11th, I started doing it on my computer. Since it is so much easy to use and requires less time, I used it. That's it.
Ajay, you were talking about the digital works, right? So can you elaborate on your previous works?
The digital platform and or the other mediums, digital mediums are easy to use. It helps you to conserve time. So whenever I had some works like some shop in inaugurations or any other graphic freelance projects, I really needed the help of digital media. I just took the help of a mobile or some other laptops to do it.
Okay, tell us something about your interview experience. Not just about what exactly was the experience, but your preparation. Like on that day, how exactly was it? How nervous you were? How did you tackle that, etc. Niharika?
I was very nervous about interview. I am not a good speaker. So we had a mock interview at THiNC itself, like 2 days prior to the actual interview. That was very helpful. But on the day of interview, my interview was held afternoon. So morning, I just called my friend and talked to her about my portfolio. We had a small interaction so that I feel free to communicate during the interaction. So the interaction is easier for me. You get the flow when you talk a lot, right? That was my preparation for the interview as such, if you ask. And the interview was better than I thought, maybe. But after the interview, I had this thing like my interview lasted only 10 minutes. So for other students, it lasted for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So I had this in the back of my head like, oh my goodness, why did they take only like 10 minutes and less than 10 minutes for me? Is there something wrong with my interaction or wrong with my portfolio? But the judging team was very friendly. They did not make it feel like a pressurizing process for us. All the stress I took was unnecessary actually.
That's good to know. How about you, Ajay? How was your experience? How was your preparation?
My experience was about same as Niharika's. I was really nervous of the interview. So I'm a person that I used to wake up in 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock daily. So at the day of the interview, I was like woke up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. Like I was really stressed out. After some time, I went to my grandmother's house and had some talk. And so I was a little bit cooled. And when I reached home, my friend called me and I had a conversation with him. So the conversation was really helpful because it really reduced my anxiety and nervousness. So when the interview started, when the counselors appeared, they were really friendly. Like I didn't really feel the pressure or anything. The experience was more like talking to a friend or a family relative.
Okay, so from what I understand is you get into NID and then probably after 1 year is when you're going to sort of decide about which specialization you have to take, and there is a lot of jury foundation and things that are related to that, right? At NID Ahmedabad. But still, with keeping all that in mind, all that procedures and protocols in mind, you must be aware about what are the specializations that are there at NID Ahmedabad, right? So connecting that with your passion or with your interest, what exactly would be your choices as of now, Niharika?
My interest right now is going for animation and design, that field. But communication design in general is fine for me. Graphic design or anything related to communication design is what I'm looking forward to right now.
Okay. Talking of animation, like, did you use animation movies or things related to that in the last 1 year's COVID scenario, lockdowns and all to sort of, recharge yourselves?
I watched a lot of animation movies. In my portfolio, I include a lot of character sketches, and I think that is an important factor for anyone who's looking for animation film design.
So when you're talking about animation, like how exactly did you have animation as one of your watching animation movies or anything? like that as one of your major time passes or leisure activity in the last 1 year?
Yeah, more than watching action films or non-animated films, I used to watch. I enjoy watching animated movies. But also, it's through animation we can tell our own stories and stories of other people. So that is what maybe attracted me to animation.
Okay, great, great. So with the same things in mind, like what are your interests, Ajay? What is it that you want to pick up when you are joining NID Ahmedabad and probably after 1 year?
I'm really into animation and game design. I really love character designs and other motion pictures. I really always the animated movie really inspired me a lot because when people say they're just for kids, they really uh, exchange some of the finest thoughts and ideas to people. So I really love those type of films. Uh,
Okay, great.
yeah.
Now, coming to the probably the last part, I don't know if it's too early to ask, but because too early in the sense too early in your career to ask, but because we're coming towards the end of the interview. So, have you given any thoughts about higher studies or job opportunities or what exactly you want to do probably after NID, Niharika?
Well, I haven't thought about it right now, but from the feedback I got from seniors, there are a lot of options. You can either do freelance or you can work in some company, an MNC or any other design company. We have those two options.
Okay, so you have kept your options open, is it?
Yes.
Okay. How about you, Ajay?
Presently, I'm just looking forward to do my best in the coming 4 years so that I could get a good placement. That's my future allegations.
Okay, great. So I think it's been a nice session. We have got to know about a lot of interesting stories or anecdotes about how you actually travel this whole journey, right from your 10th standard, or how medicine was also a part of it, how sitting in the back benches of biology classes and drawing certain things finally finding its place in portfolios in Niharika's case, or the kind of works that Ajay had done, the logo design or the digital works that he has done for a few of his friends and relatives has actually found its place in portfolio. It's been a really a nice enlightening session. I genuinely hope that the future designers, the future NIDians, the ones who are watching this, the ones who actually want to get into NID, watch this, get an idea, get inspired, get motivated from your stories, and in the next year probably come and join along with you at NID Ahmedabad. So thanks a lot for joining with us. Congratulations once again for your super achievement. And I think there is another set of Thinkians who are waiting at NID Ahmedabad, the ones who joined in 2020 to invite you with both wide arms open. So
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
For more details regarding our courses, visit our website www.thinkdis.com. The link will be provided in the description box below. Let's design your career. Let's design it together with THiNC Institute of Design. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also click the bell icon. Bye. Stay tuned for more updates.